This is the only emergency shelter in HRM for women, gender-diverse folks, and their children fleeing intimate partner violence. They launched a program to help people stay safely housed while they waited weeks for the gender-based violence rent subsidy. Their program has allowed 152 people to move into permanent housing and has covered furniture, insurance, and Nova Scotia Power arrears, a fresh start after leaving emergency shelter. Yesterday, their staff were told that the subsidy will now take 6 to 8 weeks to arrive. So they will now need to cover 2 months of rent. Why is this government making it harder for organizations supporting survivors of gender-based violence?
I recognize the Honourable Minister for the Status of Women.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, and we are so grateful for the work that Bryony House does, as well as the transition centres and transition houses, women's centres. It's why during all of these difficult budget decisions, their funding was untouched. And it's why we continue to advocate and work with them every single day. In fact, when Bryony reached out, I think that email might have been actioned within about 30 seconds with our team at the department, and we'll continue to hear from them and work with them.
Order.
So I just want to further with, shared collaboration.
No. I recognize the Honourable Minister of the Status of Women.
So just on this point, and it's a really important fund, actually, the subsidy and the housing fund in its first year helped 249 people. It's a very important fund. We'll continue to support it.
I recognize the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The team reached out to say that the subsidy that was taking 3 weeks was going to take 6, which was going to cost Bryony House more money, and they weren't getting more funding. The delay in receiving the gender-based violence rent subsidy means fewer families will be able to leave shelter and find safe, permanent housing. Waiting nearly 2 months to access a subsidy can mean losing housing opportunities, prolonged stays in shelter, and increased pressure on an already full system. Timely access to this subsidy is critical to ensuring safe and successful transitions out of shelter. This government acknowledged that gender-based violence is an epidemic. Will they reduce the wait time for this subsidy?
I recognize the Honourable Minister for the Status of Women.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. And while we recognize that there are still gaps in the system, we are working diligently every single day to close those gaps and to work hard to make them move faster and get that money out the door even further and faster. First, programs have to exist. And that's what we saw in the first year of this program when it helped 249 people. Then it can get better. And we're going to keep working hard every single day to improve it and make it stronger, to reach more families, to keep women and their children safe, to ensure women are taking on leadership positions and that they have economic security. Thank you, Madam Speaker.